What's up guys, Level Cap here, and today the Battlefield 1 June patch has come out. With it, we've gotten the new map officially now for the vanilla game, not just CTE anymore, Nivelle Nights. This is the trench warfare map, and it comes with the game mode Frontlines. In fact, Frontlines is coming to two other vanilla maps as well as coming to Argonne Forest and Amiens. Frontlines plays really well on Nivelle Nights, I gotta say. It's actually a map that feels like it represents trench warfare, at least in a Battlefield-esque manner, whereas I would say pretty much no other maps in Battlefield have really emulated trench warfare, at least for the duration of the entire map. Maybe for like 1 or 2 points on an operations, but this is the first time we get a full game, a full round of trench warfare gameplay. Now, it's not going to play out like you might expect traditional trench warfare to play out. If you want that, you can go play Verdun, where you'll take turns assaulting each other's trenches, and people, for the most part, just have to stay in their trenches and shoot people coming across no man's land. That's how real trench warfare would play out. It's not how it plays out in Battlefield 1, but that's okay because Battlefield 1 wouldn't really work with that slower type of gameplay. This game is very fast-paced. There's a lot of movement, a lot of tactical decisions being made all the time, and I think the way it plays out in Nivelle Nights is pretty good. Also, this is the first night map in Battlefield 1. It looks pretty good in my opinion. I'm glad they didn't go any darker with it, as it would be, I think, too difficult to see your opponent. So having this sort of like big bright moon with sort of a bluish light hue to the map with sort of these orange torches everywhere is a good approach. It makes things easy enough to play, and it does have that cool atmospheric effect going for it. Now, how do you play on Nivelle Nights? Well, you're either going to have premium, or you're going to have the They Shall Not Pass DLC installed. Otherwise, you can take advantage of the Premium Friends feature in Battlefield 1 now, where you can party up with a friend who has premium, join their game of Nivelle Nights, or join with them into a game of Nivelle Nights, and then you can experience the map there. You won't be able to get experience from it, or even see the scoreboard for some weird reason, but you'll still be able to play on the map. Not exactly a perfect solution, but it's a decent way of making the map less exclusive to just people who have premium. Tips for playing on this map: I found the medic class using the auto-loading extended to be just simply one of the easiest and most effective ways to play this map. You can revive your teammates, there's plenty of cover, you've got a great weapon for close quarters. There's really no reason not to play this class unless you want to play the assault class with a shotgun. That's what I saw, I would say 90% of the players playing with. There were a few support classes here and there, but if you want a pro tip there, just try out the medic with the auto loading. The range engagements on this map are absolutely perfect for this setup. Now, of course, the new map isn't the only thing that's changed in the June patch. We also have a whole list of patch notes to go over. In fact, the list of patch notes wasn't that long this time around, maybe a little disappointing for some people in terms of the scope of it, but I'll go over some of the more important ones here. Kill trades, a popular topic of late. DICE implemented a patch in which they kind of turned off a lot of the anti-kill trade code. The code in the game is basically acknowledging that at times kill trades would occur and instead despawned bullets. So they messed with it by turning it off initially, and then they increased the distance so that kill trades couldn't happen in 10 meters or closer. This patch, they've increased that distance to 20 meters or closer. Kill trades will not happen. So 21 meters, 25 meters, 30, even further away, kill trades will still occur. And that's going to happen when bullets are in air at the same time and the bullets impact another player and both people die. The objective is to sort of simulate realistic weapon physics and stuff. In real life, two people could fire a weapon. There'd be enough time while the bullets are traveling through air for both people to get their shots off, and then they could both get hit and die from it. They just don't want it to happen as much in extreme close range combat, as people are getting really annoyed with the frequency of it. So this is a good change. I didn't have any extremely annoying kill trades during the several games I played. I'm sure there will be a few here and there, but this should reduce the quantity of it. Ammo pouches should now speed up grenade resupply if a player is standing close to it. Also, they fixed an issue where you could repair a tank or a vehicle to full health but still have damaged parts. In fact, the only way to repair your parts was to go through a repair cycle on the vehicle. So if a support was repairing you from the outside and he repaired you to full health, you could still have damaged parts. That should no longer be the case, and anytime your vehicle is at 100% health, all the damaged parts should be fixed. Then we have a very big update to the rental server program. A lot of people have been wanting an overhaul with the rental servers because there's just so many problems with them and just so few features included with them. Finally, DICE has done something about it, and they've added a setting for unlimited magazines. In case you can tell, that's a bit of sarcasm there. I was leading you up, and then they really didn't do anything to the rental server program. It's almost comical that they put in a patch note there about adding unlimited magazines as a custom server option if you rent servers. Another thing that kind of came up on Reddit was that there are no games right now that have full map rotations, including DLC maps and vanilla maps right now on any of the standard servers. And in fact, you have to set up a custom rental server just to get that map rotation. This makes it so that premium players are actually going to be playing a lot of the premium maps far less frequently because the vanilla servers are the ones that are always full, and it's much harder to get into a game of just DLC maps. And in fact, most players don't want to just play the DLC maps, as before there was only 4 maps, and if you didn't like 2 of those maps, then you're going to have to rotate through a bunch of maps you didn't like pretty frequently. So mixing in DLC maps with vanilla maps would have been great for premium players. Sadly, that just doesn't really exist in the standard server world right now, unless you make a custom server. So this is a really weird aspect of the game right now, and I think it's hurting premium and DLC stuff in general. Just the implementation and the fact that premium content seems to get played so infrequently compared to vanilla content is really disappointing. Now, pretty much the rest of the patch notes are just bug fixes. I'll put a link to it in the video description if you want to read through each item there, but it's all kind of basic stuff. A few less crashes on Xbox or PS4 allegedly, and a few just bugs here and there about weird little things or weird map adjustments where people could get out of bounds or something like that. You know, that kind of basic stuff. If you're hoping for a bit more impactful changes, you didn't get them this time around, and you might not get them. This kind of indicates that I think DICE is pretty comfortable or happy with where the game is in terms of balance and stuff like that. So if you like the balance, then that's great. If you don't like the balance, then I think that's sort of where Battlefield 1 is and probably will remain for its duration. At least that's my sort of takeaway from this, since there isn't any sort of big gameplay or game balance changes. There's no weapon balance, there's no class balance, there's no vehicle balance, there's no balance of any kind in there, other than just sort of like a little bit of a kill trade setup. But that's not really balanced, that's just sort of tweaking the game mechanics. Ultimately, I'm not all that surprised by this. This is how other Battlefield games kind of work. There's a lot of balance changes early on, and then less so and less so as the game continues on in its path. I think this might be a little bit early for Battlefield 1 to sort of solidify some of the major balance changes or weapon balance changes or even vehicle balance changes in the game, but the player base is used to the way the game plays out right now. The players who have stuck with Battlefield 1 probably like the way the game plays out for the most part, and the players who have left just probably won't come back to the game just because of the way that it's currently balanced. And that's just how it's going to work. I'm sure every Battlefield game has that to a certain extent. Ultimately, the main takeaway from this patch is really just the new map, and it is a quality map. It's a good map for sure. We should be getting the next night map in the near future as we sort of lead up to the Russian DLC, and I'm sure they're being spread out so that we have enough content to sort of hold us over until the Russian DLC. Sadly, it is only a premium map. Yeah, you can get in there with premium friends to try it out if you have premium friends. I don't think this is anywhere near enough incentive for people with vanilla to come buy premium, though. It might be incentive to try out premium friends for the first time, but DICE seems to really just be pushing premium almost exclusively at this point. Hopefully we'll see some more vanilla content in the near future. That'll be good for everyone in the game, as it means more vanilla maps and standard vanilla server rotations and just more variety in general. Anyway, that wraps it up for the June video. If you haven't tried out the new Nivelle Nights map and you do have premium or the They Shall Not Pass DLC, I highly recommend it. It is a quality map, and it's also very infantry focused, which I really appreciate. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. This is Level Cap signing off.